everybody, it's me, DEOGENZ, here with another edition of Pokemon of the Week. This week, we're going to look at an old favorite that's gone through many tier changes and probably will go through another one now that it's a new type. It's Clefable! So what's cool about X and Y, not just introducing the fairy type, but also reintegrating some of our old favorites like Azumarill and Clefable here to include fairy type into their typing. Now before, Clefable was purely a normal type, now it's purely a fairy type. So what does that do for its weaknesses? Well, you're no longer weak to fighting types, but you are instead weak to poison and steel. Two unfortunate types to be weak to, in the way that with this wall set that we have here for the first one, you can't use toxic on those two. Poison types can't be poisoned, and steel types resist poison, so that's unfortunate, but a simple switch out, or even a flamethrower, as you'll see, can be a good retaliation move. Magic Guard is what you're going to want to have as its ability, no doubt, because you will not receive any indirect damage, so no Stealth Rocks, no Life Orb damage, and that's why I give you the option here, since you're already going to have Wish on this poke, to maybe not have leftovers and instead include Life Orb to give this wall a little bit more impact as it stays on the field. Now, it used to be that Clefable could learn Stealth Rocks because of a Black 2, White 2 tutor, and until Pokemon Bank comes out, which should be around the corner, we won't be seeing any of those Stealth Rock Clefables in X and Y metagame. However, it's interesting to note that if Stealth Rocks comes back, you could perhaps swap that out with Flamethrower, and instead of staying out to fight a Poison or Steel type with Flamethrower, you can switch back once you've set up Stealth Rocks. The good move to play when trying to switch out to Clefable is trying to find a Dragon switch, which are aplenty in metagame, because let's remember, Nintendo wanted to introduce the fairy type to somewhat nerf the dragon, and not really nerf them, they're still very powerful, but make it more balanced, because dragon types can't even touch a fairy. So you switch out, use your cosmic power to boost both defense and special defense. You'll already be halfway there with the maxed out effort value ranges on your special defense, and maxed out health to make sure that your wish comes true to the fullest every time. So by having that free switch, it makes Clefable an amazing tank and a terror to deal with when it comes to Moonblast and what other annoying moves you want to include on this thing, whether it's Toxic or Stealth Rocks if you have the opportunity. But here's something you may not think with this tank. Sure, it looks like a bulky poke, and okay, its special attack is not too insignificant, but did you know that Clefable has an amazing move pool, making Lunar Launcher Lunacy set possible? Wow, try saying that 5 times fast. But with this set, oh, and if you're curious of why there's so many moon references, it's said that Clefairy came from the moon. Watch the anime. Mount Moon, but yeah, the thing with this poke is that it has an amazing range of attacks. It can exploit many weaknesses, and on top of that has Calm Mind. It's one of the most important things for a special sweeper to possess, is the ability to boost its special attacking moves. So very similarly played to the first set, you want to switch this thing out when there's a dragon on the field, because no matter what they're going to do, even if they dragon dance you and try to retaliate back, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Of course, they could try and have a steel move like a Iron Tail just waiting for you, but most trainers who have a dragon use that as their main sweeper, and it tends to be weak on the defensive and special defensive side, so one Moonblast will most likely obliterate it, especially if it's +1 with the Calm Mind, or plus however many, I forget if Calm Mind is +2 or +1. All I know is that it's massive towards your special attack, and that's why you want, on the effort value side, to max out special attack and keep that maxed out health, because you want to live as long as possible, and do remember that Life Orb, the damage, will not affect you, but you will be getting a nice boost in damage. So if you just want to take out a dragon and trick your foe, not even go for the Calm Mind, you can go ahead and risk that. but it has so many moves from Shadow Ball to Ice Beam to Flamethrower and Thunderbolt. You can have a lot of fun mixing up a Clefable set. So I want to know, now that X and Y is out, do you think that Clefable will move up a tier? It's currently in RU, or at least it was last time I checked with Black 2 and White 2. And I think it might have the potential to move up. It's super bulky, has the ability to be offensive or defensive, and boost both of those elements. One of the great things about the tank set that I mentioned earlier is that it boosts defense and special defense, not just one, not just iron defense, not just, special defense. It's wonderful. So I think that Clefable has the potential to move up a tier. And also, last question for the day, last question for the week. I mentioned Pokemon Bank earlier, and what do you think? I think it is an atrocious idea, and it's very similar to the schemes of Team Rocket. I'll be making a full video of this on my channel later in the month, so stay tuned for that, youtube.com/DEOGENZ, and remember to subscribe to Planet Poke for all this and other Pokemon-created content. I will see you next week. Hello everyone, welcome to my Heart Gold Soul Silver EV training guide. This is the introduction in which we will discuss what the heck is effort value training anyway. Well, here's a great comparison to make you realize the importance of these things, these hidden stats that Nintendo will not let you know about. Have you ever versed a friend who had the same